the woman is having an ultrasound, but what was on the screen was no ordinary child. It's a monster made from demons. The legendary Lucifer was born of a mortal body. This is the first battle between demons and angels, recorded in the book of Isaiah. Lucifer challenged God to gain power. Lucifer, however, overestimated his strength. He was defeated in battle by the archangel Michael and sealed in the depths of the earth in purgatory. Michael prevented the fallen angel from escaping hell by placing his own cross on the seal. If Lucifer wakes up, the sword will break the seal. He's back in heaven. If Lucifer still wants to defeat the angels, the holy sword will suppress him forever. Lucifer confronts Michael and tells him that he would rather go to hell than heaven. Time has come 1,000 years later. At that time, human civilization was already highly developed. The story of Lucifer became a legend. People have forgotten the Great War. In the deep corners of the earth, the followers of Lucifer still exist. They hide among the crowds on a mission to save Lucifer. A sunny late night, a woman came to the church carrying a stainless steel cross. She picked up a cross and smashed a display case. Inside the display case is the shroud of Jesus. The sound of breaking glass caught Pastor Thayer's attention. He hurried forward to stop it. The woman knocked him down with a backhand. The woman drove the cross directly into the man's body. Thayer lost his life. The woman's name is Belle. She was one of Lucifer's most loyal followers. The reason she took Jesus' shroud was to bring Lucifer back to life. She gathered up the shroud and prepared to leave. No sooner had she turned around than she heard a noise behind her. Her man opened the door and found a woman hiding inside. Her name is Susan and she's an artist. She got caught up in the fight while copying a statue in a church. Bailey didn't kill Susan but let her men take her away. Bailey didn't notice. The moment they left there on the ground came back to life. He uttered a spell asking Michael to bless him. A beam of light shot into his body. Thayer came back to life in an instant. He felt power in his body. He was about to catch up with Bailey and the others when the accident happened. Michael's power suddenly disappeared. Thayer lost the power of blessing. It turns out that angels are too powerful. The human body cannot withstand the blessing of an angel. Humans will explode and die if they don't control it. The theft of the shroud attracted the attention of the church. Two priests pulled surveillance footage of Thayer being brutally murdered. They turned around and saw Thayer looking at the priest. Thayer then borrowed Otto Jr. from the church. He drove to the top of the world. This is where Lucifer was sealed. There are special priests stationed here. The priest was nervous when he learned the shroud was missing. He told Thayer about his investigations over the years. Because the human body is too weak to withstand the power of an archangel, so the body that carries Lucifer must have eternal blood. This is the kind of blood only Jesus had, even though Jesus is gone now. But the shroud was stained with his blood. Once they extract the DNA from the cloth, they can't clone it. Thayer was surprised. If Lucifer resurrects, humanity will be slaughtered. At the same time, Belle has already started her own plan. In a high-end clubhouse, a man was showing off their latest inventions to a group of rich people. It's a cloning technique. If they can't get their hands on one person's DNA, they can't clone the same person. Over the past few years, the group has cloned many scientists and artists. The price per person is also very expensive. The cheapest one costs 100 million. Some even bid billions. Bailey came to the scene. The auctioneer saw her. The man hurriedly handed over the scene to his colleague and then went with Bailey to the lab. It turns out the clone organization is part of Belle's organization. All these years of research have been in preparation for Lucifer's resurrection. Now the technology is mature. Bailey also got the shroud of Jesus. If they can't extract Jesus' DNA from the cloth, they can't clone Lucifer. After the operation, the man successfully extracted the DNA of Jesus. Bailey took Susan and another woman to the lab. They injected Jesus' DNA into both of their bodies. Then they were sent to a dry well. The opening of the gates of hell made Lucifer feel the power of faith. He pulled out Michael's sword with all his might. Lucifer flew high into the sky in a cloud of black smoke. He got inside a woman, but a woman's body is too weak to withstand his power. The woman died in an instant. Lucifer then burst into Susan's mouth in a cloud of black smoke. Susan is in good health. She withstood Lucifer's power perfectly. Bailey sees the parasitic ritual, successfully excited to bring Susan back to the castle. Lucifer is finally coming to Earth. Belle's plan worries Thayer. He sneaked into Belle's base to keep Lucifer from coming back. In the lab, he found the shroud of Jesus. Through surveillance, he realized that Bailey had performed the parasitic ritual. Now all he can do is bring Susan back to the church and let the archbishops figure it out. He sabotaged the lab's gas tanks and ignited a bomb. The violent explosion attracted the security guards outside the house. Thayer lied about a fire in the lab and told everyone to put it out. The guard rushed over with a fire extinguisher. Thayer sneaks into the room and finds Susan. They were supposed to escape through the underpass, but there's a demon living inside. Thayer is no match for the devil. His ribs were broken straight away. Susan's escape soon attracted Belle. They saw the main Thayer in the passage. Bailey had Susan brought back to the lab. Thayer was thrown through the gates of hell. They tied Thayer to Lucifer's sealed place and suppressed him with a sword. Months passed. Susan's stomach is getting bigger and bigger. The reincarnated Lucifer began to awaken. Susan was under the influence of magic and often had nightmares. Susan began to rattle. Lucifer in her stomach felt Susan's thoughts, too. He was trying to get himself born. Lucifer bewitched Susan with his magic. He promised Susan. They tied Thayer to Lucifer's sealed place and suppressed him with a sword. He'll give Susan everything she wants, even kill Bailey. Lucifer, to show his sincerity, he'll let Susan experience the benefits of divine power on the spot. Lucifer talked her into agreeing to his demands, but here's what Lucifer didn't know. She used it to sabotage the lab and try to escape. Susan noticed something while fighting with the security guard. She's obsessed with the thrill of killing. Susan was very surprised. Only then did she realize the horror of Lucifer. She turned to the storage room, picked up a bottle of liquid and poured it into her stomach. Lucifer also found out about the situation and was worried. Just then Bailey arrived outside the house. She kicked open the door and took the poison out of Susan's hand. Bailey, to prevent another accident, she locked Susan directly into the dormant cabin. She would never wake up until the baby was born. Meanwhile, Thayer, trapped in hell, is trying to escape. He made a deal with two demons who wanted to be free. As long as they help find Michael's cross sword, he could set them both free. Although archangels cannot descend directly to earth, but he can't solve this problem as long as he has something to carry it. The sword is undoubtedly the best carrier. Two demons brought the cross sword. Thayer, armed with the weapon, broke all the seals in no time. He killed the demon who was holding him and returned to earth quickly. He found Susan in the lab. Susan is now under Lucifer's complete control. Thayer is no match for Lucifer. Hapless Thayer gets a one-sided beating again. Lucifer looked at Thayer on the ground and laughed. Just when Lucifer was enjoying himself, Thayer let out a secret. Eternal blood purifies all evil. Lucifer will be purified as soon as he is born. Lucifer angrily picked up the chair and hit him over the head. Lucifer was surprised when he heard Thayer's words. He realized that he still could not escape the punishment of God. Lucifer came to Bailey and tried to get her to kill the baby, but Belle didn't believe Lucifer at all. She thought it was Susan again. To prevent an accident, Bailey decided to give Susan a premature birth. Susan was taken to the delivery room, and the baby was delivered with the help of several nurses. Belle led the child to the faithful and shouted, "Lucifer is reincarnated." The frenzied believers shouted in unison. The believers don't know that this is all part of Belle's plot. It's not just Lucifer coming today, it's the devil of hell. To open the gates of hell, they need to sacrifice countless amounts of blood. Bailey had all the exits to the castle sealed off, and then she started killing people inside. The screams of the people in the castle continued. A lot of blood seeped into the ground. A crack has appeared in the contaminated gates of hell. The demons found the seal loose and rushed over. They don't know that a surprise is waiting for them. Thayer, who escaped, took Susan back and snatched the child back from Belle. He told Susan to go down the hill and find her companion. Thayer turned and went back to the castle. He watched as the demons poured out and detonated the prearranged explosives. With a loud bang, the whole passageway was covered by boulders. The demons that rushed out were burned by the searing heat. Michael returns to hell after completing his mission. He set free the demons who helped him as agreed, but Michael did not notice a trace of black smoke in the child's eyes. It seems that the eternal blood of Jesus did not completely obliterate Lucifer. Perhaps in a few hundred years he will return to earth. The whole film is over. In the end, the devil ended up being blown up by explosives, except for the ending, which is a bit magical. The rhythm of the story is good,